Right, Scott, you're up.
I'm undead. Into people's necks I fight. We're drawing giant. Vampires tonight. Vampires tonight. Vampires tonight.
Okay. I know. Somebody's still setting up. I think it's Sandy, huh? All righty, let's take the banner down. Let's see. Turn that thing off. Scroll. Click. And we have Drew.
Hello.
We have Napua, who is muted, just in case you try to say something, Napua, you are muted.
Hello.
And Sandy. Scott is here, but he's off camera for the moment.
Hello, hot bus.
I'm here. We're still expecting Aiko and John and Connie may stop. Vampires. So everybody have a vampire? Who's starting with what?
I don't know who this guy is, but he's famous.
Count Dracula?
I've seen his picture. I've seen his picture before, so.
You don't know who you're drawing.
Yeah, but he's a Dracula. It's an older one.
You have a reference, or
it's that one where his eyes are hypnotizing you basically, and it's like.
Is it the old black and white?
Yeah.
Nosferatu?
Is it that one?
Does he have hair or no hair?
Yeah, he has hair.
Because it ain't Nosferatu.
And it's not the bunhead one.
And it's not. Is it Bela Lugosi?
So it's got to be Bela Lugosi. I was gonna say that. Yeah. It's one of the old Universal Dracula.
Yeah.
Todd Browning directed.
I was gonna draw Alucard, but.
So I'm trying to think. What's the first vampire movie everybody saw?
Batman versus Dracula.
That was a movie?
Yeah.
Animated?
Yeah.
I think I've ever seen it. Drew, have you seen that?
I don't think I've seen that one.
2005.
And that's the earliest you didn't say a vampire movie before 2005?
Not in any kind of entirety. At least, maybe I did. Maybe I saw Blade. Does that count?
Yes.
That's a vampire.
Blade has vampires. Which came out first, Blade or
The Daywalker?
The Lost Boys?
I did not see the
Lost Boys. Lost Boys came out before Blade.
Yeah, Lost Boys.
I know I can go back as far as Lost Boys. I'm trying to think of just something before that.
For me, it was Monster Squad.
I still haven't watched it. I hear good things about it.
Yeah, Jackson keeps talking about that.
It's fun. I think it's better when you're a kid, but watching it as an adult, it's all right. I think my first vampire movie that I ever saw probably was Once Bitten with George Hamilton.
Oh, that might. Well, no, I think that's after Lost Boys, right?
No, that's older than Lost Boys.
Okay, so I've seen that.
But it's a comedy, but it's about Dracula. It's pretty stupid. But...
Hello.
Oh, there's John. John is here. We're just we're talking about. We'll start off with. You know which vampire you're gonna start off with?
I don't know. Is anyone doing Count Dracula?
Nobody's said anything yet.
Okay.
I'm doing Akasha.
Okay.
Yeah, you know who Akasha is?
No.
Spice.
Queen of the Damned.
It's like a focaccia, like a focaccia bread. No, I don't know that one. Sorry.
Queen of the Damned. You never saw Queen of the Damned?
No, I never saw that one.
I worked with a girl that was like a super Aaliyah fan, so that's all I heard about for like a year.
Oh, okay. What else are people working on?
I'm drawing Vampirella.
Oh,
Oh, that's a good one.
is there any of the name too?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Figured
never
we'd
thought
make-
that she was considered a vampire. I know it's in her name, but it's like I don't know. Yeah.
Well, in the original comics, she's a vampire from outer space.
Oh.
She's from the planet Dracula.
In the Omnicron,
Which is right next to Omicron Persei 6.
Yeah. With lure.
But I think they may have retconned it so that she's not from Dracula anymore. I don't know.
Okay. She just is.
But
She's kind of like Elvira.
Elvira's not a vampire.
Oh, she's like no, that's what I mean. That's why I just kind of associated those two together. You know, it's kind of like this mystery of the night kind of thing. You know.
Vampirella is like, she has like adventures and stuff. She's not like the hostess of a cheesy
Cheesy.
thing.
Careful.
I think you're thinking. I think you're thinking of Vampira.
Maybe that's what I'm getting confused with.
Because
You don't know
Vampira
that. You know, times may be hard. You know, maybe she has to do that on the side. But
Vampira used to be. She was the host of like, you know, they would play like horror movies on TV, like Elvira did later.
Right.
Elvira.
Remember, was that Ron the Shear Up All Night?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that Trina Robbins changed her outfit. I guess. So I guess the current outfit, I guess, is it's a little bit more adjusted, but yeah, apparently, I guess she changed it from what it originally was or something.
Well, supposedly, Trina designed her.
Oh, that's right.
But
Didn't she say she was on the phone with the person and was designing it as they were on the phone or something?
Well, I saw an interview with her, and she had said that Forrest Ackerman, I guess, liked her work, and then when they were talking about it, Forrest Ackerman was trying to explain, I guess, to the artist how he wanted it to look, but he just handed. I guess he couldn't do it, so he handed the phone to Trina, and Trina.
Nice.
And Trina talked on the phone, and it was on the other end was Frank Frazetta.
Oh, nice.
So Trina
All
told
people.
Trina described to Frank Frazetta what it was that Forrest wanted for the design, and then Frazetta painted it. But I think Trina had done a drawing and given it to Forrest.
Yeah. We don't get that problem now with emails and faxes and stuff like that, where you can just send the image over.
Yeah.
All right, John. Then the next question was like, can you remember what was the first vampire movie you saw? You can remember.
I really don't remember. It might have been.
How far back can we go?
Might
You
have
got
been,
how far back can we get to, Drew?
I don't know. My first
Love
vampire
at
movie
First Bite? Is that the oldest one we've gotten so far?
No, yeah, Love at First Bite. That's the one with George Hamilton. I couldn't remember the name of the movie.
I don't know. I just remember. Was it Drac from the Groovy Ghoulies and the Archies, or Scooby Doo? You know, that's how I learned how a vampire talk.
They had the episode where the
Whoa.
Super Friends went against Dracula.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. We're just talking about that, weren't we? About the whole Legion of Zoom.
Let's see here.
Actually, I remember. What was that? What was that Jim Carrey one? Was it Once Bitten?
That's Once Bitten. That's the Jim Carrey one.
Yeah.
And then Love at First Bite is the George Hamilton one. I don't know why I conflate those two all the time.
Yeah. But, what's her name? The model on there.
Oh, yeah, I was just looking at different movies. I'm trying to find the oldest one. But did anybody watch Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter?
Yes.
That was pretty good.
It's a super.
Wow,
I mean, I've read
everybody.
the book and
Yeah.
seen the movie. And it's stupid fun.
Isn't that based on a book?
Yeah, I said I read the book and watched the
Isn't that based on history?
movie. No.
Okay.
It's
It's like
that's gonna be a no, Scott.
who was that one in the comics? Was it Martha Washington?
Martha Washington. What about her?
No, wasn't there
Why
like
did you
a
say that
comic?
name? Why did you
Yeah.
say that name?
Well, yeah, but that's a sci-fi comic.
Oh, okay.
It's not about Martha Washington.
Right.
It's a character. You know, she's like a soldier in the future, or a rebel kind of.
Right. Anywho,
Yeah, look at this costume that we had to wear, and I feel bad for it because it's like, you know, I'm sure it's just like taped on or glued on because there's no strap or anything holding up the cuffs.
tonight's beer is Bat Squatch from Rogue.
Bat squad. Oh, somebody's here.
Someone's here.
Where did I put my StreamYard tab?
I feel like sometimes it's like
Aiko.
Hello.
I got a bunch of references open, so I got to find which tab it's on.
Yeah.
Because
like
Leah's
TV's
costume.
Playhouse. It's like the door. It's like the salesman.
Salesman.
Ah! I'm going door to door to give you an offer.
Back here. I'm trying to think when I saw
Did everybody say they're vampire
The black-
choices?
well, I'm doing a caution. I said.
Oh no, but I mean like the vampire movies that they saw, I guess, growing up.
Oh, yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever. Oh, okay.
The Bela Lugosi's Count Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula, Universal's Dracula. I'm not sure if I probably saw those on TV at some point. No way.
I saw
Going
Bram
to the
Stoker in
theater
the
watching that
theater.
Bram Stoker. Yeah.
Christopher Lee as the Count in Hammer Films
That's-
Dracula.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah.
Vampire movie.
That's gonna be my next vampire.
That was a movie in the 60s
I don't-
starring lesbian vampires.
Shit, I didn't even think about who I'm gonna draw tonight.
Blood and Roses. Did you look that one up? Vampires.
I'm sure there's a lot of. I'm sure there's a lot of anime ones. Like the only one I'm
Okay.
thinking of right now is Vampire Hunter D. That's the only one I can think of off the bat.
This may be the oldest one I've seen. It was Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. It was
Yeah, I might have seen that before I saw Love at First Bite. I don't know, because I remember seeing, those Elvis or the Abbott and Costello ones.
Yeah.
I was pretty young. I don't know.
David Niven as Lovelorn Dracula and Love at First Bite. George Hampton, My Best Friend is a Vampire. Innocent Blood, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Buffy the Vampire Slayer is memorable. And that's I did a poll because I was kind of torn on which vampire to draw. It was either what's his name? Amalur from Buffy. That's the one that Paul Rubens played, or Akashi, which was Leah. But the Buffy scene where they kill Rubens' vampire is the best death scene in cinema ever.
Huh.
What season of Buffy was that? I don't remember him being in it.
No, the movie.
Oh!
Oh, it's the movie.
The movie.
Oh, I just realized.
If you haven't seen it, just look up the death scene from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. The Buffy movie with Paul Rubens. It's worth a watch.
Forgot to post about the
Uh,
cheesy movie Saturday the 14th.
Hey, Connie's there, I think. Don't see an image yet, but I see her in the backstage. See a bunch of white. I don't know what I'm looking at.
Hello
All right,
there.
so we talked about like the first vampire movie. Connie, you want to catch up? We're
Hi.
what's the first vampire movie you ever saw that you can remember?
The first vampire movie. Oh. I think it was the Fearless Vampire Hunters.
Which one?
What was it called? It was the
I thought it would be some German thing.
no, it was the Fearless Vampire Hunters. It's that Roman Polanski movie.
Yeah,
Oh.
Sharon Tate.
Yeah. Remember that one was kind of like a weird comedy thingy.
It was a little campy, but it's a good one.
Dog agrees.
Yep, definitely.
We should have the dog hatch it out with the robot.
Oh, buttery.
Children of the Night. What music they made.
Actually, that appears in so many different Dracula movies, doesn't it? Okay, I just watched the what was it, 31 movie with Bela Lugosi as the Dracula, and he says it in there too. Must be in the book as well.
All right, how about favorite vampires? I'm really liking like the Taika Waititi What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorites. Yeah, that's definitely a good one.
Anybody else watching that? What We Do in the Shadows?
I've seen the movie. I've never seen the show.
I don't know what seasons they're on right now.
4.
What is it, season 3, or did I just have another one? I can't remember.
4 is in progress.
Ah, there we go. Whose dog is that, by the way?
That's mine. That's the one who's getting drawn as a vampire right now, the little black one.
Oh,
Buttercup!
What's up, Buttercup?
Tots! Hey, come back in. Hey.
Blade was fun. Well, most of the Blades were fun. I'm one of the few that actually like Blade 3, but most people hate that one.
I don't mind it.
Okay.
So heavy.
I don't mind it.
So heavy this.
I mean, the first one was really, really good, but
Oh yeah.
I like the second one.
that one was with Jessica Biel too, wasn't it?
I don't remember if she was in that one. I just remember
She's in
that
the
the
third one.
vampires.
And
The
I think
vampires
that
in the second one were like the really horrible, like face opening vampires.
and I think that's the first movie that I saw Norman Reedus in.
Was that Norman Reedus? Yeah, I forgot about him.
Yeah.
Was that the one that Guillermo del Toro designed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you watch what's the series he did on
The Strain.
The Strain? Yeah, did you watch The Strain?
I've seen a couple episodes. It's pretty intense. It was good.
I think I
Because
think
he
I watched
reuses that kind of design in The Strain, right?
Yeah.
I think I watched season 1, maybe 2, and it wasn't that bad. I mean, I read the comic, the first one, and it
Of The
seems like
Strain.
yeah, and I think that it stayed pretty true to the original source material.
I don't know. I read the books. I didn't read the comics. I read the book. And I enjoyed the first couple books, but then it started getting a little into the whole religious stuff. It's like, okay, I'm done.
It wasn't so much religious, I think, in the series, as far as I remember.
The series,
But
the kid was irritating as all get out. I mean, even they didn't like him. They replaced him for the second season. You know. Kid was irritating. Lee's costume's got a lot of going on here. Awesome. How is Dracula 1940? I want to say 4. Is that right?
4, yeah. I think we started with 45, but then we agreed that the timing for the story was not quite right, so we changed it to 44. Yeah, I'm currently doing the sketches for page 5 out of 12.
Nice.
So yeah,
Nice.
I don't know what's going on with my camera right now. I think I might have to go back on that. For some reason, I think I might not have the permissions right for some reason. Stop my
I don't know. All I see is
the green, right?
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, there.
Yeah.
I can see something moving. Okay, let me bring you up full screen.
Nah.
See your hand moving. You got like green tape.
No, I mean it should be working just fine. I think maybe just the before I came in, I think maybe the.
Are you using your phone?
Yeah, I'm using my phone.
I think the only thing that's wrong right now is there's not enough contrast for the camera to pick up. So I mean the pencil lines are real light. I can see the pencils roughly. Like when your hand comes on, I can see your hand well, but I can't see the drawing because there's just not enough contrast.
Well, let me see. I can. The thing is, I don't see it on the stream. On the stream, it's just basic green. That's it.
Well, I don't know about that. But, I mean, you're in the stream fine.
Yeah, I know. I can hear myself, but I don't see anything. Yeah. I mean, maybe you see it, but on the live stream itself, it just seems blank. Is that just me, or?
I believe so.
Can you see anything of my pencil drawing right now?
Yeah, I can see a big building.
Yeah. That's weird because I can't see it on the stream either.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. I don't watch. I'm watching in StreamYard. I'm not watching the stream properly. I'm watching the studio.
Ah, I see. Okay. Well, this is page 1 if you can see it, but
sure. Hold on a second. Yep.
Ooh, we got a preview.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Like an old church or something.
Oh, nice. There you go. Now it always starts. Oh, look at that right there. Blue.
So there's page number 1.
Yeah. Why is Rudy Giuliani in town?
I don't know. Oh, we went there, huh?
I'll bring it back up. So tell me that doesn't look like Rudy Giuliani.
Oh my.
I can see it. I can see it. Yeah, so that one actually, I think Drew already did some inking on that, and I think the page already went through.
Nice.
So yeah, and the other pages, I don't know how far I should show, but you know,
Juice
All the
inking.
way.
The first taste is free.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the
You guys
first
got any
rule
more
of
of that comic?
dealing.
Yeah, and then
you have to page. You have
No,
to
I'm-
pay for the other ones.
I'm picturing
Okay,
that guy that's addicted to crack on the Dave Chappelle show. Hey man,
You got any more of the comic?
you get any more than vampire drawings?
oh, is that what that came from? No, what's his name always says that. So.
It's Tyrone Biggums.
Tyrone Biggums, that's it.
Yeah, I think right now, because I'm just starting the sketch on the page, you're probably not going to see too much on it, but I need to work on it anyway, so I might as well do it.
Cool.
So,
Let's see. Looking at some other vampire titles. We talked about Buffy. Right? Dracula's Dead and Loving It.
Leslie Nielsen.
did you talk about
Amy,
the Buffy movie versus the series? Because the movie itself wasn't really all that great.
but it has the best death scene in cinema ever.
See,
It does.
Michael's a big stan for that movie. He loves that movie.
Yeah, he does.
Really?
I could care less about the movie, just the death scene with Paul Rubens.
He likes watching
Of
Pee Wee
course.
die.
I guess so.
When you get a chance, go to YouTube and look up the Buffy Paul Rubens death scene, and you'll understand.
Okay. I'll have to go back to it because right now I think I'm watching too much other stuff. It's just kind of gets washed down a little
He's
bit.
like overacting to the extreme, and then he stops for a second, looks at her like, "Are you going to respond?" And he keeps going. Let's see, David Cronenberg's Rabbit. I don't think I've ever seen that.
I don't think it's a vampire movie.
That's not really a
No.
vampire movie.
It's an infection kind of thing.
What about
So-
Banicula?
But I love
What's that?
Banicula. And
Yeah,
the celery
vampire
stalks at midnight. Howl the day.
Yeah.
Vampirism often, originated as a disease of some sort or a virus. So depending, I Am Legend, that's the same thing, right?
Yeah, I mean the book from Matheson is kind of like a hybrid between zombies and vampires. It's kind of in between.
I mean,
It's
that
like
was the
an origin
inspiration.
story of both.
That was George Romero's inspiration for Night of the Living Dead.
Well, 28 Days Later is a really, really good one.
Yeah.
That's
that's-
vampire. I don't think I've ever seen 28 Days.
It's more
That's the one with
I
Sandra
guess it's
Bullock
more
in
like
it.
it's kind of like a zombie thing, but they're more running zombies, so it's kind of like a infection kind of thing. They say it's like a vampire thing too.
They're more fresh.
Oh, now I've got another one that's kind of like vampire thing that's afflicted. It's a newer one.
Here, Drew, you probably
I
saw
know.
this one with me, Omega Man.
The Omega
Yeah.
Man.
That's
vampire?
that's another variation of Matheson's I Am Legend.
Yeah. The Last Man on Earth with Vincent Price is another variation of it, and that's actually my favorite.
Yeah. How about Blackula?
I love Blackula.
Did we all watch the Blaxploitation vampire movie?
No, he was a great vampire. He's a good actor,
Oh, I can't-
and he was also the king of
He was the
king of cartoons.
Was it really? That's funny.
Yeah, in Pee Wee's Playhouse, he was
Yeah.
king of cartoons.
Let the cartoons begin.
You get that Eddie Murphy one. What was that? Vampire in
Vampire
Brooklyn.
in Brooklyn, yeah.
Is it Tom
Oh, that was
Cruise?
not-
in that?
Dracula and its sequel, Scream, Blackula.
Oh,
Scream.
Yeah, was it Interview with a Vampire?
Interview with the Vampire.
Which I guess is a show now.
Is it?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I didn't watch it, though. It kind of seems a little bit more towards the Twilight scene. Yeah,
Well,
Twilight, that's another thing, but I don't count that as a vampire movie. That's
Sparkly.
I look. I
Yeah.
tried. I tried to be. I'm like, look, I'm not gonna be like, the dude
Hater.
who's all like, But I tried to give Twilight a chance, and I tried to watch it with an open mind. But
Okay.
as soon as they started playing baseball, I'm like, I'm out. I'm done. And I
Oh,
was just
I'm gonna
like,
watch Twilight. I'll get around to it eventually. Just like I hadn't watched
Okay.
Hunger Games until last year or this year.
Hunger Games was pretty good.
I liked the books. I read those books.
See, baseball because of bats. See, vampire.
hey, what's wrong with baseball?
I just can't handle the vampires playing baseball. The suspension of disbelief was too much for me. I was like, I'm done.
Oh, okay.
And I turned it off and didn't watch anymore.
That's right. They should never be in the major league.
Well, now if they made Major League into a vampire movie, I might check that out.
Undead football.
There's a video game like that.
Yeah.
Major League.
No, what does it mean? Match League Football.
Sounds fun.
That reminds me, I did play the Buffy the Vampire video game. There was actually a couple of it.
There's a video game? Oh.
Oh, there was, like the original
Yeah.
Xbox, not even 360, the
Oh,
original
okay.
Xbox.
Gotcha.
Like a really
All
old.
right, John, let's talk about animated vampires. What do we got? We got obviously Count Chocula. We got
Transylvania.
Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah, Hotel
Mhm.
Transylvania.
Welcome
Do not go blah blah blah.
Transylvania.
I don't know. I mean, it seems like Dracula is always like a nemesis character or whatever, I mean, obviously, like Scooby Doo had like multiple versions of Dracula, but I don't know. Is that? I can't think of too many, to be honest.
Vampire Hunter
Anime?
D.
Yeah, Vampire Hunter D. Oh, that reminds me.
Oh, Van Helsing is a pretty good one.
Hmm.
I mean, I thought it was funny, the Hugh Jackman one.
Yeah.
Although I have to say that the actor who played Dracula was miscast.
Really?
He was kind of, I don't know. He was kind of, I mean, he played it like he leaned all into it and all that kind of stuff, but he wasn't really my cup of tea.
Not her cup of tea.
Even Sarah Marshall.
What?
What's that?
There's a vampire in that?
Yeah, the Dracula.
Oh, the puppet. The
Yeah.
puppet. Yeah.
I love that.
Die.
The puppet. What was it? Dracula the musical with puppets?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just watching that movie the other day. I love that.
Russell Brand back before all the allegations.
Well, what did he do? Well, I don't want to know. I don't.
Well, he's kind of falling off the deep end with the conspiracy theories on different things. So he's very outspoken on all kinds of different stuff. And he's more on the right wing, I guess. So more like the libertarian. So he's kind of having arguments with different people trying to say that his opinion is being repressed because he's getting into arguments with people who are more on the liberal side. And, yeah, that kind of stuff. I can't remember now exactly what his arguments are or what specifically he's saying.
So
But
he
honestly,
did
I'm
like
not
a Bill Maher, and he's gone all kind of libertarian.
Yeah. Is that another doggy? Or somebody having a hiccup? I don't know. I can't tell. I can't tell.
That's Scott. He forgets these
Somebody's.
kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
How much is that doggy in the window?
Scotty in the window.
Hey, Scott. I mean, sorry,
Yeah?
since I know this is the thing I wanted to show you.
Oh,
Hey.
Do you have this?
No, I have.
Oh, where's Drew?
Yeah.
This. Is that the same thing? Oh, nope. Different.
Here's what Drew has.
So this
Here's
is
what Scott has.
Daffy Duck as Bat Duck. So it's similar, but this one does this. So it's like you can.
oh, yeah.
He does
Yeah,
what?
the wings.
The wings
the,
open.
the cape. The
you
cape
can
billows
spread
out.
the cape out.
Yeah.
So if you want this, Scott, I'll get this to you.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, man.
Apparently,
Add
that's
to your
from Burger
collection.
King.
Yeah, it's from Burger King.
Totally missed that. Oh, we got Phoenix in the house.
Okay, let me see. All right, there you go. There's an elbow action from
By the
Sandy.
time I get to Phoenix, she'll be rising. Sorry.
Phoenix says he drew a Bat Duck the other week.
Hey.
Nobody likes Bat Duck.
I like Spider-Man.
This is not going to end up looking like a Leah, but hopefully the costume will sell the fact that it's a costume.
Have you heard those? I think it's like a little short that somebody made called "Dumb Ways to Die,"
Yes.
and it has a song, and the song goes "Dumb Ways to Die." Well, for some reason today, I couldn't get that tune out of my head, and I kept singing the lyrics as "Run, cat, a guy." I just kept singing over and over and over.
Oh man.
I was hoping he'd be here so I could regale him with the song. I don't know why. I was just kept singing "Run, cat, guy." As I drift slowly into madness.
Phoenix is trying to send me something on Instagram. Hold on
Our
a second.
house in the middle of the street.
Hold on a second, Phoenix. Let me get over. Find a tab I can use for Instagram.
Tab.
I can't give you a tab, buddy, till you order something.
Plus,
Not a tab. It's a Mr. Pibb.
Give me a Pepsi free.
Every single time I hear Mr. Pibb now, I think of Slither. Because the stupid mayor is so like he's getting like they're running away from Slither. That's those little like freaking aliens that eat everything. It's like a plague of little worms. They're running after them, and they're all fleeing in a car. And then the mayor is all like having a panic attack and all freaked out, like, "Where's my Mr. Pibb?" It's just every single time I hear it, it's like,
I like that
freaky.
movie.
Alright, here is the
ending is
Bat
just
Truck and the Phoenix Crew. Let's see if I can get this to work here. Loading, uploading. Boom.
Yay!
Hey, that's really good.
Very nice.
Good job.
Very sweet. I can,
oh, and it speaks too.
That's
Okay.
Scott's robot.
How we got on time? 40 minutes in. There's no way I'm going to finish Aaliyah in 20 minutes. There's too much going on in this damn costume.
He's too bad.
See, it's stuck in your head now too.
I'm trying to think if we already watched a horror, like a vampire movie for our Halloween now.
Your Halloween watch?
I don't think we have. Come to think of it, did we?
I watched
Oh yes, we did. Suck. That was another one. Suck. It's a movie that has cameos with
That's the name of the movie.
Cooper. Yeah, it's got
Does it suck?
It's sort of like it's got Alice Cooper in it. It's got Iggy Pop.
hey.
It's got Henry Rollins. It's kind of like a little small time band, and the bass player, the girl bass player, gets bitten by a vampire, and then she all of a sudden becomes the star of the band, and the singer is all jealous and trying to, I don't know. It's like a little bit like What We Do in the Shadows, only like it seems like a little bit like a movie, like a MTV video at the same time, music video, so it's got a little bit of everything in it. It's kind of cute. It's not really super scary or nothing. It's kind of like a cute little thing.
Suck.
Kind of funny because it's got Henry Rollins as kind of like a really insulting radio talk show host. He's interviewing the band.
Who is it?
Basically telling them, Henry Rollins.
Henry Rollins. I like him.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like his music, but I like him as a person and an actor. I can't get into the
What's
whole
wrong with his
screamo
music?
stuff.
His music's great.
Not a Black Flag pen. Yeah.
I don't like being yelled at.
Well, I think a lot of people hated Black Flag. So.
I don't like that genre in general. It's just like I don't like people just yelling at me for an hour. You know. Never understood.
Punk has got a lot for it, but
I don't know. I love Alice Cooper. I love Iggy Pop.
Iggy Pop looks so freaky nowadays. I mean, he was always skinny, right? But now he really looks like a walking skeleton.
There's something about the name Iggy Pop. Every time somebody says Iggy Pop, I picture emo Phillips. I don't know why. I don't know why they're associated.
His real name is James Osterberg.
Well, there you go.
Oh, that's his real name.
Yeah.
No wonder.
He can do a vampire. Right?
I think originally he had a band that was called Iggy and the Iguanas.
Wow.
And
not the Lounge Lizards.
He was
I'm just making that up.
He was like the drummer for the band, and then I think the band broke up and he had to get new members, and then he became Iggy Pop.
Iggy Pop. And then it's
the band called themselves the Stooges.
flourished.
CBGB, right? The one of the early days.
They were even before that. They're actually out of Detroit and Ann Arbor. And then they went on to other stuff.
But now I have got another movie that probably you guys already heard of too. Hungry. That's with Catherine Deneuve and David Bowie.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's a little bit more longer drawn out kind of thing, but kind of freaky too.
I was too young when I saw it.
Yeah, it's kind of like you have to kind of really think about it and like love for a long time and how that works. And Catherine Deneuve plays that really old vampire, and whenever her turned lovers are kind of getting jaded or they kind of deteriorate, she just kind of like boxes them away in the attic. So she's got a whole trove with old lovers kind of stacked up in the attic. It's kind of freaky.
As you
But,
do.
As you would, right?
Yeah,
Doesn't
like
everybody do that?
watching it, as an adult, I had a better appreciation for it. But I was a kid when I saw it, and I don't know, it just didn't. I just thought it was boring. But
Oh, yeah, I mean, if you're just watching it as a kid, I'm sure it's boring because it takes a long time. It's kind of like not getting to the point unless you're kind of like reading between the lines or whatever. And then the sex scenes are not quite that interesting for a movie that young, I suppose.
although it probably was the first time I ever saw like, a lesbian love affair. I don't know. And I remember being a kid and being like, well, that's different. But I mean, that's,
Well, but it is still pretty tame. It's not really.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
really,
no, it's
artsy.
it's everything is tasteful. It's fine.
That's when Angie became a man.
No.
Or a woman.
No, oh man. So when I was a kid,
I know it.
the rite of passage. Well, I wouldn't even call it a rite of passage, but the movie everybody talked about was Porky's.
Of course.
And I had never seen it, and everybody was talking about it, but my parents didn't let me watch. Like I was relatively old by the time I saw my first like R-rated movie, and like my parents weren't gonna let me see anything. And we had neighbors that used to go to Florida in the winter. In Michigan, a lot of people go to Florida in the winter because it gets too cold. And we had these neighbors that were an older couple, and they asked me if I would come to their house. In Michigan, you have to turn on the pipes to keep the pipes from freezing.
Oh, yeah.
So you run the water, and they also had like a lot of house plants in their house, and so I would like water all the plants. And they said since I was coming in there to do that, I could watch. They had this is like we didn't even have a VCR like in our house. This was a long time ago, but they had a VCR, and they were like I could watch movies if I wanted while I was there, and I could watch whatever I wanted. And people used to, when you would like dub a tape for a VHS tape, if you slowed down the tape, you could fit more than one movie on a single tape. Like some people could fit like 3 movies on a tape if it was a big enough tape and you had it recording slow.
Yeah, you had like 6 to 8 hours. Yeah.
So they had these tapes, and they're all dubbed. None of them were like purchased. They were all just like copied, VHS tapes. And I noticed that one of them had Porky's on it. And I thought, oh, this is my chance. I can finally see Porky's. But there's 3 movies on the tape. And so you had to like fast forward to get to Porky's. And I'm messing with the tape. I get it set up, and I'm trying to fast forward to where I figure Porky's is. And I hit play. And one of the movies on the tape was a movie I had never heard of. And it was called Deep Throat.
I was going to say, was it a home movie?
I don't know. That might have been worse. I don't know. But it's like, you got to understand, like I'm a kid, and I don't even think I've ever seen like a boob before, And now I'm turning on this tape, and I hit play, and I'm seeing stuff like I didn't even have like I couldn't conceptualize, Yeah. And I remember I was so freaked out. Like after that, I didn't want to watch anything. I would just go to the place. I'd like turn on the water the plants, and get the heck out of there. Like I just didn't want to. And I kept thinking about this old couple, and these are all their movies. And I kept thinking like, why do these old people watch this horrible stuff. I was so freaked out. Yeah, that messed me up big time, actually. So I always thought I was just gonna watch some softcore nonsense like Porky's, and then I find out, I'm watching a porno.
Yeah, Andrew still does that today, by the way.
Grandpa and Grandma have games.
My cousin used to stay with us for a while before he went into the army because he had to stop smoking weed, and he had
As
a
you
whole
do.
stash of porn VHSs, and I thought it was nasty, so I recorded cartoons over them.
I'm sure when he came back.
Let's eat it, Crow. Got a little over an hour left, Phoenix.
Calling his
That's
friends
brilliant.
over. Hey, let's watch something. That's a Bugs Bunny going on.
That's awesome.
I can just imagine him coming back, and then all he gets that's all, folks.
That's all, folks. Mom.
They'd be like, damn, dude, you're in some freaky shit.
Sure, I'm gonna put cartoons on this.
You get oops.
I think I still have a bunch of the VHSs still. They say porn labels on them, but they're cartoons.
That's funny.
I hope. I hope so.
Saturday morning cartoons, but the label will be Super Fuckers 3 or something.
Wow.
What's the reasoning for that?
We're going that route now.
Vampires turn sideways real quick.
What's vampires? There, you have to admit there is a lot of
Connie hasn't done a drink and draw in a while. She doesn't know how weird we get.
Yeah.
there is a lot of eroticism in the vampire movies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean a lot of different things like Blade, for example. They have this whole theory that it's a sexually transmitted disease, vampirism, right?
Well, yeah, I mean even in Bram Stoker's Dracula, they kind of talk about it that way. Which, I mean, supposedly isn't the underlying thing is that Bram Stoker, he thought he got syphilis from a sex worker, and that's when he wrote Dracula.
Really?
I believe that's the story.
Wow.
You guys see that trailer for that movie Leo coming out in November?
What's it
What
called?
movie?
Leo?
Leo.
Yeah. Netflix.
What's it about? What's it about?
It's an Adam Sandler movie, but he plays
A lizard?
Oh, the lizard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Yeah. I saw that. I was like, wow. I want to see this movie.
It's been a while since he's done an animated movie.
Well, then he's still in the Hotel Transylvania franchise, isn't he?
Yeah.
The fourth one he wasn't in, somebody was doing his voice for him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, they did a pretty good job.
Actually, a bunch of them weren't in that one, right?
I don't know
Yeah.
why he wasn't in the fourth one.
Too big for his britches.
Maybe he saw the script. I didn't think it was that great of a script.
He was busy shooting one of those murder mystery movies with Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, that's true. Yes, they had that going on too.
Phoenix says, I feel like a politician or a lawyer would better fit the Dracula theme these days. Hey, Connie, show him your drawing with Rudy Giuliani again.
Well, I think you might like something else. You might like this guy.
Hold on a second. Connie's working on a comic book about Dracula.
That's
1944.
Rudy Giuliani when he woke up.
Yeah, and you could just picture like the hair dye running down the side of his cheek.
Can you see it?
Yep, we're looking at it right now. Phoenix says, "Hell yeah, it looks great."
Check what the chat is. Doing all this on the phone is kind of a little bit cumbersome.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
I'm glad
Yeah,
you
I
made it
mean,
though.
yeah, it's just kind of a little bit more difficult on the phone, but the living room is occupied right now.
Occupied.
So back to Rudy Giuliani. Ta-da! There he is.
See, now when you're drawing, that's all you're gonna be thinking about.
No, he's going to transform into a younger self.
Oh.
There we go. Alrighty. That reminds me, like, Drew, do you think you're going to have time doing the inking actually, or you're not sure?
Oh, I'll get it done. We'll get it done.
I know that
I'm just
sometimes
slow.
it's talk about slow. I mean, I do maybe 1 page a week or something if I'm good. So, but yeah, that at that pace, I think might get done by December.
We'll get it done
Somewhere
in
around
time
there.
for. We'll get it done in time.
I would think so.
We'll be all right.
I thought Napua was going to be in today too, but I guess she's busy.
I'm
She's
here.
She's here.
Oh,
She's
you're
just
here.
checking.
Oh, there you are.
She's ninja.
Ah, that's.
I don't
I blame
usually
it on
talk
the
during
phone.
things.
Pooh and Sandy are kind of quiet. They just sit here and keep wondering why the
I'm
hell they
tired.
keep
It's
joining
1
us.
a.m. You guys streamed a little bit late for you guys. Maybe I'd be talking more.
Aiko is here too.
It's my bedtime.
We have it's a more lady centric drink and draw tonight.
Yeah, wow.
You start
What is
doing,
it, half
you start
half?
doing your Leon Phelps impressions now. It's a lady.
Oh, talk about vampires. Has anybody watched the Renfield movie?
I've seen
I
it.
liked
Loved
it.
it.
I liked it.
Huh?
I liked it.
Yeah.
It was interesting to watch Nicolas Cage channel the old school Dracula. Because he is totally playing that old school Dracula.
Is that the hiccup again, Scott?
Yeah.
Oh no. At first I thought it was a dog sneezing. It's just I couldn't tell. Sorry about that.
It happens.
He keeps hitting his Victorian snuff box, and it gives him a case of the eeps.
Case in point.
E-pop or ah.
What does that spell?
It's
Does it spell
Martian. It's Martian for I love you.
Yeah.
What's on top?
Hmm.
Can blame some of the people in the stream for having to draw Aaliyah. I think that's Nakua voted for Aaliyah. Drew voted for Aaliyah.
That's from Queen of the Damned, right?
Yeah. This costume's just got so much going on.
Yeah, she's got that really, really elaborate costume in that movie. Such a shame that
Which
she
is
died.
weird. You think about it. I mean, she's got showing a lot of skin, but the parts that are covered are just like complicated.
I liked
That's
those
such a
books.
shame. Yeah, I think, what did I read? I read Interview with a Vampire, and I think a friend gave me one of the other ones. I think Queen of the Damned to read. And after that, I was kind of like, no good.
I read Interview with a Vampire. I didn't really care for the movie.
I read Interview with a Vampire, Vampire Lestat, and Queen of the Damned.
Queen of the Damned was a good book. The movie was okay.
I don't know, when my ex-wife and we first got married, we didn't have a TV, and so we used to we would take turns reading aloud. And
I used to do that too.
Those books were books that we would take turns reading.
You know, like for the longest time, like we used to do that, like having Lovecraft stories and read them in turn.
Mm-hmm.
We used to do that a lot in Germany, in my old apartment in Berlin when we didn't have a TV either. So that was one of the favorite things that we did. Sometimes also if you wanted to be really, really into it, then also you sit in the bathtub, have like a bottle of wine. I have a bottle of wine at the same time, have maybe some grapes and cheese sitting across, or playing chess, or sometimes like read each other's stories. So we would read Edgar Allan Poe or Lovecraft or something like that.
Yeah, I like this book.
No, that's how you live, man.
It's funny. I don't think like the first 2 years I was married, we didn't have a TV, and then somebody gave us a TV for Christmas, and then it was all over. We just started watching TV.
Well, I mean, it's least effort compared to reading or other things, you know. And sometimes you also don't want to read the same thing as the other person or whatever. And it's very voice intensive reading something to somebody else. And
that's true.
Did you do voices, Drew?
A little bit, yeah. A little bit.
Kinda. Not like when I was
all the characters turned into Hugh Hewitt or Hugh, what's his name?
Well, I mean, think about your audience. Like, you're not reading to a child or something, you know, so you don't have to get that animated with it.
Good night, Moon.
He's trying to get me to do the voice, and I'm not going to do it.
Don't do the voice.
Do it.
Who was
do Mr. Acumen.
Hi.
There you
go. Do you like hot dogs?
It's so good at it.
Mess up my draw. I'm laughing.
Harry Carey.
Yeah,
Harry Carey. That's what I was doing.
That's right.
Harry Carey.
was I gonna say? No, yeah, no, I liked the vampire books, the Anne Rice books, and yeah, I like Lovecraft too.
Yeah, I haven't done many vampire books, but I did do the Interview with the Vampire series and the Strain. Those are the two vampire series I read.
You mentioned Poe, Connie. Have you watched Usher on Netflix?
The Households of Fall of Usher, not yet. We're just finishing up a couple of the rewatches that we're doing, like the Archive 81. So that's one of my favorites.
I'm 6 episodes in on Usher.
How is it?
You know,
I like
I've
it.
heard
I
from
like
other
it a lot.
people that I heard from other people that it starts slow, the first couple of episodes, and then it just gets into keeps picking up its pace a little bit. Is that right?
That's good.
I like it. I'm enjoying it.
I just started
Talk about
that today.
What did it just start?
Usher.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
we talk
I
about
like it. I like
vampires.
it.
Like last year they had the Midnight Mass, which was kind of cool.
Oh man, Midnight Mass was so good. I liked that. Yeah, I enjoyed that one.
Who was
Yeah, it
the
was kind of.
Oh no, good.
Who was
I was
what?
just gonna ask, who was that female vampire before Bram Stoker? Was it Carmilla? Carmilla? Is it?
Camilla.
Yeah. No, they there's an anime called Undead Murder Farce, and it has like all these like classic monsters, and yeah, that's who they have as the vampire.
What was the lady in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
Mina.
That's Mina.
Mina.
Mina Harker.
Mina.
That was Dracula's, or not Dracula, but he's
Well,
the
yeah,
guy
there
that
was
goes to see Dracula.
Mina Harker. Mina Harker was supposedly the surviving
Oh, I see.
vampire lady, now turned into vampire.
It's like
In
Sean
the
Connery.
comic, I don't think she was a vampire in the comic. She had just, she had survived her ordeal with Dracula. I don't know if you ever read the comic. I'm a big fan of the comic book. It's really good.
I didn't know about the comic until after the movies, but I liked the movie, even though I know it's like not it's pooped upon a lot.
For what it is, it's a fun movie. It just it doesn't have too much to do with the comic, but it's a fun movie.
Sean Connery. I'm waiting to be impressed.
Well, I guess like the story I heard was that they'd offered Connery a part in the Star Wars prequels, and he had turned it down. And then they had offered him a part in Lord of the Rings, and he turned that down. And I guess he was like, he just didn't understand a lot of like science fiction and fantasy stuff. But his manager,
he did Stardust instead of Star Wars.
Yeah, well, that was before. Maybe that's why. Maybe he had like a bad taste in his mouth after Stardust. But but he passed on 2 major like film franchises. So when he got offered League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, he just was like, all right, I guess I better do it.
Well, he was good in it.
But it just. Oh yeah.
I heard he fought with the director a lot.
Come to think of it, the League of the Extraordinary Gentlemen, I did like that they included Dorian Gray. Because I read the Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, I think, in my teens, and I really, really loved the book. Like one of the very first oil paintings I ever did was actually like a portrait of Dorian Gray, kind of taking the
Is
mask.
it in your attic?
No, it's not. It's actually in my
Connie's
bed.
actually 352 years old.
She's stealing all our souls. Every
Thank you,
drawing she
Bill.
does.
Yep, and I'm making comics of it and sell them back to
Yeah,
you one
exactly.
time.
Now she's toying with us.
I knew Dracula. He was not like that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure you guys have like a donut together or something, you know, like at the cafe.
You know, come to think of it, like Dracula has like one episode in Buffy, and Spike actually says like, "Oh, that old fuck, he still owes me money."
It's funny.
He still owes me 20 quid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Monster Pets. I forgot about that one. Scott, do you remember that one? Monster Pets, the cartoon?
Vaguely.
Yeah. So basically, it was like it's supposed to be the pets of the famous vampires, the famous monsters,
Right.
Because they were busy going to movies, so it was supposed to be like their pets. So Scott Shaw worked on that one. Scott Shaw and Don Doherty. And
Gosh.
I think the vampire was the only cat. I think. But yeah, there was Jonathan Winters was the dog who was like the Jekyll and Hyde. Fun little cartoon.
That reminds me. I know that you guys said you didn't watch the what we do in the Shadows series, but
I watch it.
The Hispanic guy who's Guillermo, that's right. Guillermo is actually a born vampire hunter, but he wants to be a vampire. So for the longest time, he's kind of like their what you might call their servant. Yeah, familiar. He wants to be turned into a vampire, so he basically is their familiar, their servant. And at one time, all the vampires are meeting up with other vampires, and he gets shunted away into one of the side rooms where all the familiars are kind of sitting there, and they're kind of like commiserating.
Are you caught up?
Like all the pets. What's that?
I'm not fully caught up on the latest season, but the scene where Guillermo gets turned, well, not fully turned, but have you seen that, Connie?
I don't think so. I know that we watched season 1 or 2. I don't know.
Oh no, you're not caught up.
3 or not.
I'll shut up.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Like I know that he always he's like a born vampire hunter, and he accidentally kills a whole bunch of vampires by accident.
And he's really good at it. That's the funny thing.
Yeah, he's really good at it. Like the oldest vampire in the whole house, he kind of like kills him by accidentally opening the door and turning on the dust.
That's funny.
It's just, yeah, he's just, yeah. Let's see what time it is. 8:15. Oh, actually, probably I'll have to say goodbye here in a second because we still have to start movie night. So probably going to say
What's on the
goodbye
docket for movie night?
What's that? Oh, I'm not
What's
sure.
on the docket
I
for
was
movie
thinking
night?
probably gonna just decide on the spot. I mean, we might just do Hospital or something else. I'm not quite sure yet. But another one that I just bought, we just got that one, is Perfume, which is actually really, really cool. It's like a German writer that wrote that book. Patrick Süskind wrote that book, Perfume. Anybody heard of it?
No.
It's like it's actually a guy who's really, really fantastic with scent. It's set in like I think 18th century France, and he just can smell everything. And he decides like the most seductive smell that he's ever smelled is particularly young and beautiful women. So it's actually the story of a 18th century serial killer. He kills women because he wants to distill their scent into the perfect seductive essence. So that's really kind of like a freaky story because the movie is actually with Alan Rickman and Dustin Hoffman. So the way that it's filmed is actually not quite, doesn't really seem like a Hannibal Lecter kind of serial killer movie, but
Alan Rickman, does he play a vampire?
no, he actually, I think he plays the father of one of the women who goes missing.
Well, that seems like horrible miscast then. He should be a vampire.
He should be, right? After Snape and everything. But you know what? Actually, Alan Rickman, I saw a couple of different things that he did and the theater stuff that he did. He was actually playing, if you guys know Dangerous Liaisons, that, no, nothing? Dangerous
Dangerous
Liaisons? Like that.
I seen the one with Malkovich.
Yeah, and Glenn Close and Michelle Pfeiffer. Now imagine the theater version. He played the version of Malkovich.
Oh, interesting.
The really seductive asshole guy, basically seducing and taking advantage of people and that kind of stuff and betting on it. So he was actually very, very popular in that movie. So that would make sense as a vampire as well. So I don't know, maybe that one, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll just throw the dice. One year we actually kind of had like a raffle where we wrote just a bunch of movies on scraps of paper and then pulled whatever genre or specific movies and just went by chance because we have so many. But yeah, horror movie raffle.
Raffles got
Okay.
riches.
All right, how are we doing on time here?
Actually,
Should we do a round of looks, see where we're at?
Okay.
that sounded really enthusiastic. Okay.
Here, Drew is volunteering to go first. It looks like. Where Drew's at.
Well, probably I don't have that much to show, but nice Lamparella.
Wow, that looks really good.
Thanks.
All right, John, you ready? See John
Sure.
come up on camera.
John, I like your shirt, but I'm
Thank you.
biased.
I figured, yeah, like I said, we're doing vampires, so I figured, we have the vampire.
Presenting.
Anyway, so I did.
Hey.
Chocolate bunny.
And I was thinking of,
Abracadabra.
yeah.
Yay.
Hocus pocus.
Walla Walla, Washington. and then I did. I didn't think I was gonna go.
The count.
We went on the rail a few weeks ago, and there was like nobody on there. All right, that's all I
It
got.
doesn't go anywhere. He didn't finish it. All right, who's next? Scott. All right. Scott.
Hey.
Wow, look at that crosshatch.
Nice. Self-portrait.
All right. No, Phoenix is asking if an hour's up already. No, we're just doing we've been streaming for a bit. We haven't really gotten around to look.
He sent his.
Yeah. All right. So this is where I'm at on Akasha so far.
No, go outside. Oh, no. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
All right. Phoenix, I got you. All right. Who's next
Actually,
here?
I gotta go anyways because my phone is also dying too. So
okay.
I'm sorry, I can't watch all of the guys. Okay, I gotta go and see you guys later. Okay. Okay.
Have
Bye bye.
Yeah, good to see you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, Connie.
Aiko will step away from the camera.
Yeah.
Napua, can I look over your shoulder?
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Hey.
Oh, speaking of Banicula, there you go.
Banicula, Draculara, and Count Chocula.
Nice.
Who is Dracula?
From
Monster High.
Oh. It's a good design.
Okay, let's see. I think, is that everybody? Oh, Sandy. Sandy. A little over Sandy's shoulder.
Sandy.
Let me turn this way. I got better lighting. Oh,
Sandy.
I did the original Adventure Time.
Oh, yeah, Adventure Time.
Yeah, and then Sesame Street.
Nice. Very cool.
Forgot about Marceline.
Did you guys see that one joke about this guy said, he asked somebody, he says, what's your favorite vampire, fictional vampire or something? And the guy says, it's the Count from Sesame Street. And the friend said, that doesn't count. And he said, are you sure about that?
Yeah.
That's all he does is count.
He's the mathematician.
I mean, that's straight out of the lore.
Here's the one that Phoenix is working on. I'm getting my. Yep.
Oh.
Oh,
nice.
nice.
Oh, wow.
Is that Barnabas Collins?
Wow.
I think we got to step it up here.
Yeah, why start now? Like I'm not gonna finish tonight. I don't think. At least not during the stream.
Yeah, I spent way too long last week working on Ghosts.
Yeah, how many freaking pages of Ghost did you end up doing?
I did like 13. There were so many I had to choose from.
13 ghosts of Scooby-Doo. Even though he only caught like 10 of them or something.
No, they actually finished it. They actually made a movie about the 13th Ghost.
Oh.
And Maurice LaMarche did actually a really good Vincent Price, yeah.
Whenever I think of Vincent Price, I always think of Thriller.
Isn't that one of his last things he did?
Yeah.
No, I think he lived for a while after that. The last thing he did was Edward Scissorhands.
That's right. That's right.
Isn't he? Oh, no, never mind. That's Orson Welles.
Oh, you're thinking of what's his name? He's just
Orson
a head.
Welles? Yeah.
All that. That's all the noise.
Some
Boy, what's all this then?
Naughty.
doggy drama.
I can tell what colors all the stuff is. It's all reflective.
I was just thinking about that real Ghostbusters episode, the one no one comes to Lupusville anymore.
Lupusville.
Yeah. So the thing is, it's like they had to get out of there because they released the prisoners, and so they had to, at the end, it's like, hey, what happens when a vampire bites a bat and when a vampire bites a werewolf and a werewolf bites a vampire? Because gets all crazy at the end.
That's like from that movie. What's it called? Underworld.
Oh yeah.
The lichens.
Isn't that the whole thing? Is the guy is part both?
Yeah. The vampire in that one. There was a vampire character, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Udo Kerr.
Yeah.
Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah.
Udo Kerr was the ancient.
You know, I always like the Marvel Dracula comics.
Oh yeah. Was that Colon, wasn't it?
Yeah, Gene Colan and Marv Wolfman wrote it.
So what was the deal on that? It was a fight for like public domain characters, or
What do you mean?
like the whole Dracula thing. Didn't they have to like change it or something?
No, so he was public domain, so they could, anybody can do a Dracula comic as long as it just doesn't look like Bela Lugosi or whatever, But no, so when the comics code was written, there's a lot of specific language in there about like no vampires, ghouls, werewolves, depictions of the undead and stuff, And so for a long time, comics companies followed the code. And then when you had like younger artists and writers coming up in Marvel in the 60s and into the 70s, they kind of wanted to try to push the envelope a little bit and bring back some more horror elements. And so to test the waters, they did a character called Morbius the Living Vampire. And the whole thing is that he was the living vampire, so he wasn't undead. And that was their way of sort of getting around, doing like basically like vampires, so they could, because he's not undead, he's the living vampire. And then they had in Spider-Man there was a character called the Man-Wolf, which was prior to like he's not really a werewolf as much as he's like a science thing. Like this guy, he's an astronaut who becomes a werewolf because of some gemstone he finds on the moon.
So what's that? Jameson's kid?
Yeah, Jon Jameson.
Yeah.
And so, like that was Marvel's way of sort of like, hey, we're not really doing vampires and werewolves. We're making up stuff. But then, I guess once they realized that the code had relaxed quite a bit, then they were like, well, heck, we don't need to do our second-rate Morbius and Man-Wolf. Now we could do Tomb of Dracula and Werewolf by Night, and then they did Frankenstein's monster and all that stuff.
Yeah, but didn't like Morbius outlive their Dracula, or
yeah,
Morbin time.
But I mean, the whole thing, I think it was really just as the sales were waning. That was, or maybe Wolfman was getting tired of drawing it. Who knows, or writing it? Who knows? But when you look at it, you look at Marv Wolfman's run on Tomb of Dracula. I mean, I think it lasted for like 70 issues or something. That's a good long run, and in a way, it's almost like a long like graphic novel, like because that's all Wolfman's story from practically the beginning to the end. I think Roy Thomas did like the first 2 issues, and then Wolfman took over after that.
Infrared working on Man-Wolf for it. Perez worked on that Man Wolf, Wolfman.
Yep,
Man.
I have a bunch of those issues.
Shouldn't Mark Wolfman have worked on the Wolfman?
I think he did.
Just saying, you know, I mean, it's in the name.
But yeah, I don't know. It was just them trying to, you know, like I said, skirt the comics code.
That damn comics code.
That Frederick Wortham.
Yeah.
Phoenix says he was trying for a more serious version of the Hotel Transylvania pirates, so not Barnabas, but Dracula from Hotel Transylvania is more serious.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Look good.
I don't know. His hair reminded me of Barnabas Collins.
I can see that.
I used to like Dark Shadows.
Dark Shadows. Maybe that's the first vampire.
Denim.
Is it like Venom?
Is that the guy? That's the guy, right?
Venom.
We talking about Scott? I lost the track of the conversation.
I don't know. Just rambling. As I always do.
Someone says hi, everyone. I don't know who it is.
Hi.
Hello.
Minutes to go.
I don't know.
Oh, Elmer says hi.
Oh, that's Elmer. Okay.
Hey, Elmer.
DJ
Who it
Yokai.
was.
Elmer.
I know who I forgot. Have we got one more?
You got quiet for a second.
I'm trying not to screw up.
The last push before we got the last half hour. like Iron Chef or the Great British Bake Off.
Hands down.
Pencils down.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of British shows, but I never got into the Bake Off.
Oh man, it's funny.
Yeah,
You know,
it's one of those like you just watch it.
I know the host, like like I like Noel Fielding.
Those guys are growing on me. I didn't like it at first because I missed what's it, Mel and Sue, but
Goider.
the two ladies that hosted it first. But Noel and the other guy are growing on me.
Yeah. Well, now it's
Fungus.
what's her name? Yeah.
I like Mel too. I mean, I know. Like I said, I watch a lot of British shows. So I know most of the people on them. I wish we had some of the political satire shows that they have in the UK. Like Mock the Week would have. I would love to see a Mock the Week version here in the US.
Well, our creatively bankrupt TV writers copy every British show eventually.
Yeah. But not those. I mean, they copy the sitcoms, but not the panel shows.
So is the strike over, or is it still going on?
Which one?
I guess the writer's strike.
This
The writers
the
strike.
right.
That's why I asked which one. The writers strike is over, but the Screen Actors Guild is still going.
Oh, the actors on the still going. Right. I guess the new season of Rick and Morty came out, and I guess they got the new voices, I guess.
I watched the first episode.
How is it? Can you tell the difference?
Nope.
What happened to the old voice actors?
They said he was naughty.
Oh, okay.
He Me Too'd himself, right?
Yeah, and then seeing how he does both Rick and Morty, it's like. And I guess this new Mario game, I guess they got the new Mario voice, right? The one who replaced Charles Martinet.
Yeah.
Martinet kind of said he was done, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think the movie, like when they didn't offer to let him do the movie, like, well, I guess I'm done.
Yeah. Well, he got to be Mario's dad in the movie.
Yeah, maybe he just retired. Maybe it's
Yeah.
you know what? Call it a day.
I'm a done.
Yeah.
That post that he put up about somebody asked him if he also did the voice of Wario, and he said it was his evil cousin Charles Martinet.
Oh, that's funny.
And he had like the weird mustache, the Wario.
Yeah. It's funny. Oh, boop.
Somebody popped out or popped in.
I think Drew fell out.
Am I back?
Oh, that's Drew.
Yeah, you're back. With a vengeance.
In
Some
black.
Wario talk.
He's back.
It's the forbidden subject.
Yeah. It's Wordna. Remember that on Wizardry? The main wizard was Wordna. which was the programmer's name backwards, was Andrew backwards.
Oh, that's clever.
If I'm not talking much, I'm trying to figure out
Yeah,
how to
everyone's trying to
take all the detail of this costume.
crank this out in 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
3 hours later.
Yeah. Hey, Tom Kenny, voice of SpongeBob, does that. 6 hours later. Yeah, only recently I just fell on that. I just found that Vanity Fair. I guess they got like, people who do cartoon voices, and they just kind of like grab like 12 characters just randomly, like clip art things, and they had to come up with voices for them. It was kind of neat. Like, kind of show the thought process of how they, how they make the characters, and what voices to, what accents to use or whatever. Yeah.
That sounds like a Vanity Fair thing, though. They do a lot of stuff like that.
All right. Let's see.
I was listening to an interview with Tom Kenny, and he was saying that he got the idea for SpongeBob's voice because he was in like a waiting room waiting to audition to be like an elf for Santa Claus.
That's funny.
And he said that there were like smaller people there. And he said like, he's like because Kenny's like a normal sized person, and then there were like little people there, and I guess this little person was like, he saw that there were normal sized people there, and the guy was like, oh geez, there's like normal people audition for this thing, and the guy that was the SpongeBob voice.
Yeah.
And Kenny said he heard that, and he just kind of registered that voice.
Oh.
For
That
future
guy's over
use.
at home saying, "That's my voice."
Funny.
Oh, that was where he came up with SpongeBob.
The way he does the laugh kind of trips me out. How he kind of runs his hand up and down his throat.
Oh. Phoenix was drawing along, but his iPad died, so now he's going to eat chili and watch. Well, maybe I should grab some chili and just watch for the rest of it.
Oh, if only there was some other way he could draw without his iPad.
His phone.
Okay. I'm not happy with it, but I also don't feel like putzing with it anymore.
Yeah. No putzing.
Oh.
Oh, what's this? Trying so hard not to screw this up.
Andy, how you doing?
I'm tired.
It's late.
I've been up since 6 a.m.
How'd
Dang.
the job fair thing go?
I was just gonna ask that.
It was alright. It was a lot of jobs that are like nobody wants to do and are short, like teachers and police stations.
Oh wow, that's kind of frightening.
The desperation was strong.
Yeah.
I went to a job fair here years ago, and yeah, it seemed like the police department really wanted dispatchers. Like that must be like a real high turnover rate. Police dispatchers.
I tried to test for that once and I did not pass it, but they make like $41 an hour up here for dispatchers.
Wow.
Oh, but is it like weird hours kind of thing? Or?
Oh, I have no idea. I just couldn't like the test you had to type fast. I can type fast, but then it would be like, here's the address, here's what's going on, and then you click to the next slide and you have to remember that like the paragraphs of what it said in that text and retype it. I'm like, I can't remember what the hell is. If someone verbally told me it, I would remember it, but just looking at text, I'm not gonna remember it.
And think about over here too. It's like, you know how the streets sound almost the same
I
as each other. You know.
None of those streets.
Again, a la park.
Yeah. No, it was yeah.
Gullas.
It took me forever to be able to say Connie. Now I can't. Yeah. I can't say it.
I can't say it now.
Canianiole.
Canianiole. Yeah.
How do you spell that?
I mean, you know, the GPS still kind of mispronounces a lot of things, you know.
Oh,
like. Do you like me?
Yeah, go past the banyan tree.
Yeah.
You can right turn by the stone wall.
You gotta say tree. The tree.
Well, you know, working in transportation, occasionally we have to do shipments to American Samoa. And they don't have street names there.
Right?
And
really?
Yeah, so like whenever we do a shipment to American Samoa for the delivery address, we always got to put like 2 miles past airport, down Kirby Road, house is past the big rock between two churches.
Seriously? Oh.
Yeah, and you have to fit all that on the shipment order so that they have the destination.
Pretty soon they're gonna have a sign called that, like the the place next to the big rock.
Like
street sign.
Like one we had was like big rock, lots of palm trees and cows, and that was where gonna hit them.
And then the scary part is they know exactly where it is too. It's like, oh yeah.
That one.
That place. Okay.
One past the monkey pot tree.
No, I grew up in the country, so I can kind of relate.
I don't know if I finished this. Kind of don't like the way it's coming out.
Wow, I had a nickel for every time I felt that.
I have 2 nickels.
Yeah. Yeah, I still got to start working on my stuff for the shows. It seems like Robert Jacobs said the same thing too. It's like, 12 days. I got to come up with something.
Well, I can't feel bad for you because I've been bugging people for 2 months now.
I know.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah. But you know how I work.
Under pressure.
It's my muse.
You crave it.
I do. It's a thrill. It's like when you're done, it's like you feel like you just finished your final exam or something.
Oh hell.
Where did I get that from?
What are you
I
talking?
always hate like when you look at reference and then it's like one sketch has this and the other one has this, and you're like, wait a minute, and here's totally different now. Oh well.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I forgot about the video game vampires. Like, I mean, yeah, we all know like Castlevania, but like Darkstalkers has
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that vampire guy, yeah.
Mitri.
Yeah,
Dimitri.
Dimitri, yeah. That one. The designs were so well done of all the characters.
I love that game.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
yeah. I just thought about that just now.
I'm too tired to think of any video game.
Like I said, I'm sure
I can't.
there's tons of anime, and I'm sure there's a ton of video game vampires. That,
Oh, there's a ton of anime ones.
Oh, of
man.
course, yeah.
I can't believe you hang out with us, Danny, because when I was in Atlanta and trying to do trick and draw with you guys, I was dying. I couldn't do it.
I was going to take a nap because I got up so early to put the kids on the bus. I was like, I'm not gonna make it today.
We're glad that you come with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think half the time she wonders why she's coming. People are weird.
Oh yeah, the stuff you guys talk about, all that.
That's right. All that filth.
Well, because we're a little, most of us are a little older than Sandy. So our references are older.
This is true.
I have an old soul.
Aiko's pretty quiet tonight too, though. Aiko, how you doing?
Oh yeah, sorry. I had to deal with a lot. Bugs flying around, contaminating my drinks.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Having to remake my drink.
Oh, where's my drink?
Losing my pencil in the process, spending 15 minutes looking for that.
Oh. Even the pool has been quiet too.
Even the pool has been quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Even the pool has been quiet.
Yes, quiet.
Oh, there we go.
Well, I'm not feeling it, but I'm done. I think. I guess I did. There's just so much going on in the talking. So.
I'm sorry, I should have been helping you with juggling the cams and stuff.
Yeah, sorry. Take your medicine. Time to take your medicine.
Oh, it's late, huh? You taking?
This is the time to hook up to the machine alarm.
Oh, you're still on the machine?
Yeah, no, not yet. I'm gonna hook up real fast.
Oh, I thought you didn't need that anymore.
All right, that would be
That's
nice.
forever. That's his life now, John.
Oh man,
He's a cyborg.
explains a lot.
All right, I quit.
No.
I quit. I quit. Little shit.
I can't even draw anime characters anymore. They brainwash it out of you in art school.
Yeah, they do, huh? They try to discourage you from that.
God forbid you enjoy yourself.
Especially you're paying for
Yes,
all that too.
Start doing last looks here in a minute. In the meantime, anybody have anything we need to promote? I know we've got the Keiki Fair Saturday, right?
Yeah.
You're doing that, aren't you, Joe? Yeah.
No, I'm gonna be with there's the Honolulu on Tap that weekend too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought Gwen was doing the iFuzzy G thing there.
No.
Fuzzy's Corner.
No. Honolulu on Tap. We were too late to get our submissions in, so that's fine.
My wife and daughter will be selling the crochet and the needlepoint. I'll be running a coloring table for kids at the Keiki Fair in Mililani.
Cool.
That's this Saturday from 10 to 6, something like that. There you go. Time. Then we've got Halloween on the 30th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or the 31st, Tuesday, whatever. No, I'll be running a table at the Candy Crawl at Pearl Ridge for that, giving out coloring sheets and crayon packs and mechanical pencils and a little bit of candy. Candy's expensive these days, though.
Oh yeah.
I think we're done with jam through the month. We've got our exhibit at the Downtown Arts Center the first 2 weeks in November, from the 3rd to the 17th.
I'm gonna start blitzing that, like just kind of like just spamming people about that.
Bugging people about that. It's just like doing the mini cons. Like I don't know why I get myself into these things sometimes.
Well, you're a problem solver. You know, people ask about it, and you just figure it out.
Problem.
Yeah. You just don't want to hear it. But I don't know. Yeah, there's so many things going on with that. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, all good. Napua, how are you doing? How are you coming along for that exhibit?
Doing pretty good. I wrote up the little title cards.
The blurbs.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll send that over.
Got a bunch of 5x7 frames if you need some. I gotta go through and double check all my stuff. I went through and framed everything up and started writing up captions. So I got a floor plan out where everything can be. It's gonna be a little bit easier because we're getting that extra 8-foot portable wall. So that helps, relieve some of the congestion. Okay, last looks. Here we go. I'll go first just to get it over with. I'm tired of looking at it. There you go. There is Akasha from Queen of the Dam.
I like it.
Very good. Very good.
I'm not really happy with it. It's done.
It's done.
As done as it's gonna get. Who's next? Nakua, you ready?
Okay.
Wait, yeah. I got Nakua. I'm just gonna go from left to right here.
So I got
And who are all the
Banicula,
characters again?
Banicula, Dracula, Mavis, and Chocula.
Oh, he did Mavis
Nice.
from Hotel Transylvania.
That's a great Count Chocula.
Welcome to the Hotel Transylvania.
I really like that Dracula.
He doesn't look like he's happy to be there.
Andrew, you can look up Dracula. She's got a bunch of different looks, and they're all really cool.
It looks like he fit in with the Beetlejuice universe.
Oh, is there a vampire?
All right.
I'm sure there must have been.
Scott, you ready? Oh wait, Scott's doing his hookup thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Last, okay.
Hooker.
Okay, we'll go to Sandy.
Oh,
Are you ready?
oh.
Sandy can go to bed. You know, she said she's tired, but she's probably gonna stay up for another hour, hour and a half.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta drive tomorrow. I did
Oh.
the originals, Adventure Time, Hotel Transylvania, Sesame Street, and then some anime ones.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
lot.
wait.
Rosario Vampire,
Oh, Rosario
Girl
Vampire.
from Helsing, and Hazuki from Moonface.
Oh, nice. See? Totally forgot about those.
They're older ones.
Yeah.
Well done.
Don, you ready? Somebody poke John.
Donald.
Yes, Juford. So,
Josephus.
Jufenstein. So
It's
Count Chocula.
Drucifer.
Is it Jucifer? That's pretty good. Actually.
Dracula.
This thing just really evolved, didn't it? It's like driving down
I
a
like
road
that.
and all of a sudden just all these beers. Okay, anyway, so we got
It
that.
seems appropriate that he's attacking the chocolate bunny. That was clever.
Well, that's the whole point, you know?
Abracadabra.
Yeah, I couldn't think of a phrase.
I love
I'll
that
think
one,
of something,
John.
but-
That's freaking great.
You know, Chuck Jones made some great characters, and like just the way he did his teeth and everything is just wonderful. You know? So, yeah, so I did that. And then I did the Count. A little comment there about
Keep riding the rail.
yeah, because no one's riding the rail. So,
I like his bat aloha shirt.
yeah, I just figured it had to be something Hawaii-ish, you know. Scott, you know this one?
Billy and Mandy.
Yeah, Billy and Mandy. So Phil Lamar did his voice, and he was laughing because when this is Blackula, so he did Fred Sanford's voice from Sanford and Son.
Oh,
So he admitted it.
Yeah.
So it's like Dracula doesn't bite into his shave ice. Dracula scrapes the necks, scrapes.
No.
My arthritis.
Yeah, kind of. And then this is a character from it's a newer vampire one called Call of the Night. But yeah, that's as far as I got.
Okay. John, can you go over Aiko and Drew?
Oh, sure. Okay, let's
Yeah,
go bring
log
up. Let us bring up Aiko. Let's see how to do this. Boop. There you
Well,
go.
I didn't get to
Hello.
end it all, but here's my vampire jabbers.
Yeah, is it biting the other one?
A little love bite.
Love it. First bite.
Exactly.
Very nice. Andrew, you ready?
Oh yeah.
Okay, there you go. Oh, very nice.
Wow.
I think when you add the color in there, it'll like really like pop out, like just putting the red on. Red and
With
flesh.
the ruby red
I didn't
fingers
realize
and the ruby
I
red
made her.
lips.
I think I inadvertently made her kind of thick. She's got some,
Yeah.
you know, subconscious.
No, I mean she's
Yeah.
drawn. She's drawn pretty thick.
There you go. Hey, guitar's in the room.
Let's see. That's everybody there. Scott, you back or you still hooking
I'm
up?
back. I'm back.
You're the last one we need to look at, and then I'll bring up fucking Phoenix's stuff too.
Yeah. Bleh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Can you bring that closer to the camera for a second? I just want to. I know it's all crosshatch, but it's hard to see. There you go. Look at all the crosshatch in there.
Yeah, no, you're doing really good with that cross-hatching thing. Like, there's a lot of patience.
That's also a good likeness. Good job.
Yeah.
All right. Good stuff, Scott. Thank you, sir.
Very cool.
All right.
Oh, this
And then,
episode 124. Wow.
124. Fucking Phoenix. That's a fucking with the PH. Fucking Phoenix.
Okay.
Sent another piece, but here we'll go over all the 3 pieces you submitted tonight. So there's Pat Duck,
Nice.
and there is the more serious looking version of the Hotel Transylvania of Dracula.
Yay.
It's really clean. I really like that one.
I do like that.
And then you can figure out who this one is.
Oh, there you go.
Wow. How's it
Everybody
popping?
loves Count Chocula.
Man, they're fast.
Wow.
Is it on? I was gonna say there was like.
I guess you did the Count Chocula last week.
How clean the lines are. Like to get.
I was like, how did you get it off the page like that? It was like, oh, okay, it's superimposed. Got it.
And here's a comment on Scott's. Yes, that's a lot of cross hatching.
Nice.
And it's a good cereal too.
Remember anyone tried that new cereal, that new monster cereal?
All right. Any last thoughts before we call it the night?
What is
Guitar
next week?
Hey, guitar. Sorry, I missed that.
Next week is witches.
Witches, yes. Next week is witches.
Witches with a W. Yeah.
Witches.
Okay, sounds good.
Well, I think guitar just sent me some more stuff. But,
very nice.
Hold on. He got me. He sent. Well, he said he did all 3. So he did the Frankenberry and what's the ghost one? Blueberry.
Blueberry.
Yeah. So I can show those if you want, but it'll take me a minute to download them.
Yeah, sure. Lay it up on us.
Give me a second. He's doing these as PNGs.
Suck it to me.
What is that, laughing?
Sacagawea.
All right, so here is Frankenberry.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I like how it's floating.
And here is Blueberry.
Mm.
I think. Let me see.
Oh, hey, I like that.
I didn't even realize Blueberry's transparent.
That's transparent. Look,
That's
see
a cool.
John,
I see John and Michael behind him. Well, because on the Instagram preview, it's a black screen, so I couldn't tell he was.
Oh, I see.
Then I brought over. So, oh, okay.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
I
Very
think that's
cool.
it. He says they're for remotes.
Oh, cool. Very
Phoenix says that the Vampirilla was thick. Thick is always a good thing. Guitar, our friend from Canada, stop by. Guitar, you have to come in with us again sometime. Okay, I think that's it. Anybody have any last words? Aiko, you got anything you want to say?
Not really. I think our events are all next week. So yeah, I'll let you know
Next
about
week, what do you got?
Oh, next week?
Yeah, what do you got next week?
Oh, actually, next Wednesday, you guys won't be able to come to it because you'll be at Drink and Draw, but we'll be at Pearl Country Club for their Halloween event. And we'll be handing out Halloween Gabber stickers.
Nice.
For Almana on the Saturday after that for another Halloween event.
And we'll be planning what to do for Drink and Draw for next month on the next Drink and Draw. So think about what you guys want to do for next month. We will have, I guess I can put this out, but on the 14th of November, we're going to do our very first in-person live Drink and Draw at the Downtown Arts Center.
Oh, man.
We don't have a topic for that yet, but we're from 6 to 8 p.m. It'll be on a Tuesday instead of a Wednesday because that was the schedule we could work out with them. And they will serve alcohol. So
Yay!
I dropped better when I had a few.
I draw
Just do
worse.
responsibly. You got to drive home at the end of the night.
That's true.
I will hand drive. I'm fine.
Congratulations, you're a mother.
Okay,
All right, we're
Night.
good. We're good. We're done.
Drew, where's Drew's head?
Hey.
All right.
There we go. Scary.
All right, now we
Good
can head for the
night.
night. We start off with a version of Cowboy, and we end with Drew's head.
Tradition.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
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 Thanks, everybody.